Hi everybody, welcome to Whisky Mystery. I'm Phil.
I'm Viva.
Welcome to all the loyal whiskey nerds that I see in the chat. Very nice. So, what are we doing? We are going to be blind tasting. Only 74 to go. Look, there's only one left on the double row. And it'll be gone today. We are blind tasting bottle number 232 out of our journey to blind taste 300 whiskies. Still on the shelf. 74 to go.
And it was
Oh yeah, who picked this one? Oh, it was kind of a double, wasn't it? Lucas and
Gabriel.
Gabriel? I've written so badly, I can't really tell. I'm just looking at the way this tape is on there.
It's old.
Might be old. Let's get on with it. 4. Oh. Lagavulin, that was right. That was our last one. Lagavulin Distiller's Edition did end up on the shelf. We have... Actually, that's a very respectable position these days. Right next to a Longrow 15. In fact, I think that's... No, I was going to say that's the only 43% we have on the shelf. But we have Yamazaki 12 as well. No, this is 43, isn't it? Okay, take that back. Okay, for the next 12 minutes, we are going to nose it, taste it, rank it on the shelf, or rank it off the shelf. Yesterday's glass, because we do our homework the day before, and it's always good to see what's left in the glass, especially if it's something smoky or heavily sherried.
No smoke, but it's sweet.
A little dusty, but not smoky.
It's almost floral.
Honestly, not very much.
Almost floral.
Almost floral, but there's not very much left in that glass, is there? If you have
Vanilla.
Oh, vanilla. So then vanilla. Oh yeah, a bit sponge cakey. So that means we're probably in Ex-Bourbon land. Viscometer. Let's measure the viscosity of this one. Are we working? Last week the camera froze. Right. On with the pour then. Big bubbles or no big bubbles? What are we going to get? Oh, almost missed the glass. I was trying to make big bubbles, but no bubbles there. Let's go straight to the shaker then. Where is our sample? I mean, it's a nice color, but is that real or is it fake? Hang on, let me try that again. Oh, okay, we're low ABV. Actually, I thought this was low ABV last week. How low? Because once you get below 46, it's very hard to tell. 40 ABV looks like it, and if I do 46, you just can't really tell the difference, can you? Okay, 40 on one side, 46 on the other. Yeah. Now, I have a personal theory that this lack of bubble below 46 is probably because of chill filtering. Is it just the low ABV? Because theoretically you should have good viscosity at that ABV, but the bubbles just do not happen until you get to 48, for example, where you get this little row of beads that will hold up. But I don't think we've got an unchill filtered 46 to test. That would be good though. I might have to look into that. So 46, 43, 40. Surely it is not above 46.
I think it's a freshly bought.
Oh, you had said rose water yesterday, and that was the first thing I got, which makes me think, actually we had that in Kilhoman as well. Remember that Kilhoman Ex-Bourbon that we didn't think there was any peat in it at all? And I thought it was Auchentoshan. So it has a very slight Auchentoshan-y note about it. But is it sherry? Is it sherry or is it...
Give me colour.
Or is it colour? Is that sherry?
It's almost apple flavour, but a more rose water.
If I blank the colour, if I imagine it as being very pale, ex-bourbon, does that fit? Maybe. Wow. I thought
It's a free smell of flowers, insects.
Flowers, insects.
I mean,
What do insects smell like?
I prefer the rhythm, of course.
Sort of natural smelling.
But sugary, sweet, bakery.
Yeah, it is quite bakery and sweet as well. I mean, there's something a little bit winey, grapey about it, isn't there? So maybe it is another one of maybe rum sweetness type of thing. I mean, if it's an official bottle, it's very common to have a bit of sherry, a bit of ex-bourbon, isn't it? And the younger they are, the more ex-bourbon because it's cheaper.
Getting some weird smell. It's almost savory, but not savory.
No, I'm not getting any sulphur. I must admit, I'm having a little trouble placing.
Yeah, we have fennel.
Sugared fennel you get in India as an after meal snack. So it's sweet and fennel. Oh, a little bit of aniseed, which is probably what you're saying.
Yes, anise.
You say fennel and I say aniseed because I don't have that familiarity with.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon, coconut, vanilla.
So coconut vanilla is ex-bourbon. I must admit, I'm kind of struggling because there isn't a lot of power to it. So
yes. In the flavours.
Let's have a little look at legs. Why don't we look at legs for a moment? Oh, missed the timer. Somebody will no doubt call out for me. Legs are quite thin, aren't they? Quite thin. What was the timer? Did someone get it? It's a little bit kind of green notes as well. Pine needles. Yeah, pine needles. Okay, well, I measured the timer before we started, just in case. And it wasn't very strong. I mean, it wasn't very viscous, only 103%. The average is like 106, 7, sometimes 8. So this is low viscosity.
No bubbles.
Low bubbles, low viscosity. And, thanks, Tony. 352, yeah. So only just a little bit longer than our standard vodka, Russian standard vodka. Right, have you tasted? I'm going to do the water thing, even though I think this is very weak. Just as a little soft start. I like the soft start, especially when it's first taste of the day after a fast run. Got a nice fast run this morning. I managed a 1 hour 33 half marathon in the middle of a 14 mile run this morning. So I'm ready. Oh, actually quite a bit of punch, even with that water, but
quite
oaky pepper. So maybe
anise, fennel.
I'm surprised by how strong that tasted. I'm not sure if it's just me. I'm going to use this.
No, it is strong.
I'm going to use this to add a drop to this because there's no strength on the vapor. Balscraft, young, probably chill filtered at that viscosity. Yeah.
It is a pleasant, but the finish is quite funny. It's a soapy finish.
Yes, there's that something at the finish.
Very quick.
Funnily enough, it didn't really taste that much stronger than the one with all the water.
But the water was actually better and stronger.
Which is just that thing of like the very first contact of alcohol for the day. How are we doing for time? 4 minutes.
I put more water again.
You want the dropper? Here you go. Do whatever you want to do. You're having just water? Oh, I see. Going that way. So first taste, I liked it. Nice. But no massive flavors. Let's see if we can dig in a little bit. Quite soft at the start. But then the second half, it goes into a slightly bitter oak.
Soapy cardamom.
Cardamom. Yes, a little bit soapy.
But peppery, sharp.
Quite a lot of pepper prickle. Where's the picture?
At the finish, I'm not showing the finish.
So maybe there's some sherry in this, but there's also some kind of green ivy leaves sort of weirdness, which I'm not sure if it sits right or not. Let me try again.
Yes. Just like acid and baking soda is weird.
Baking soda. You don't want baking soda in your whiskey. This is why I gave it the name. It's like nothing, then something. Because the arrival is actually very, pleasant, but almost like a blended whiskey. Like a low, not so interesting, but pleasant honey
But
sweet blend.
The more I take it anymore.
Oh, that's a bad sign. So as you come back to it, it gets worse?
Yes.
What gets worse about it?
Getting more soapy. Sugar. It's it's not spices.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But it's one suffocating in a very mild way.
It does take a turn for the worse halfway through, doesn't it?
Oh.
What?
Correct.
No, I'm saying it takes a turn for the worse halfway through, but the beginning is very unimpressive pleasantness. Does that make sense?
But the more you drink it, the sugar even disappeared.
Let's do a comparison before we run out of time.
Yes.
Better or worse?
Butter.
This is another 43%er, so pay attention to the strength as well.
Oh, they're not. And put a beat in it. It's for smoky. And if it smells nicer.
I think
better.
The ABV could be the same though. This is what is remaining of Glengoyne 17. 43%. Now, I think this 17, which is a bottle that no longer exists, had quite a lot of ex-bourbon, but Glengoyne is known for sherry. So I'm not quite sure of that story, but I think it's
some sherry.
Now, compared to today, I'm getting that apple rose water again. Oh, time is up. Quick, one more comparison.
It's really bad.
Oh, it's really bad. We had this experience yesterday. We initially liked it, but every time we went back, we liked it less. It's not looking good for the shelf, is it? Right, comparison. 46%. Bunnahabhain 12.
It's good.
Is it stronger?
Stronger.
Oh, the old gold label bottle as well. We found this just last year. $63 in the little shop up in Marin. They had two on the shelf. We had a little sneaky sip in the car. And then I ran back in and bought the other one.
But, whatever you give me, it's stuff. I can finish. But it's...
Yeah. Well, the finish is quite long, but it's only long in the bits that we don't like. Hang on. Okay, last taste. The nose is definitely more floral Auchentoshan-y. And I presume there's a little bit of sherry, but not much. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, no, here we go.
Very bad.
No, here we go.
It's
the first third is actually quite pleasant. The nose is pleasant. But if we look at the picture, all of that weird speckly green slopey bits, there's something just not quite right.
Hamilton.
I don't know if it's one-dimensional.
It's flat.
At the beginning, but it's flat, and then it goes kind of wrong.
But the very, very first tip is beautiful. The second tip, the third, the fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, the way it goes down.
So it is nothing, then something. Neither the nothing at the beginning is too weak, and the something at the finish is too. It's too that. Do you think it's 46%?
But it's 43.
Has anyone?
In fact, it should be 40.
Could be 40. Has anyone said Dalmore yet? Because I'm thinking, don't we have very few that it could be? Yeah, really, if you look from the top. There again, we've been saying Auchentoshan, and there is Auchentoshan 12 in there.
Yeah, but it's so bad. Auchentoshan.
Auchentoshan 12. Dalmore 12. Oh, Dalmore is 40%, not 43.
I got that.
It could be the Lime Burner.
I hope not.
From Australia. Old Pulteney. Not Balblair, no. Not Bowmore, Highland Park, no. Macallan, that would be funny. Now we have a couple of these old Glenkeith 21 and Glenturret 34, which, you never know, because these are sort of...
But yeah, it's very young.
I think it's young, but it could be in some old, weird barrel.
Possible.
Hang on, one more taste. Maybe that old weird finish is coming from an old barrel.
It's possible.
A 21-year Glenkeith
But
at 43%. It was only a $70 bottle. A 34-year Glenturret, but that's 174. No, come on. We don't think it's 46, because I was thinking, could it be Irish with that green?
No, but it's masala wine. I think it's more from...
But I thought the finish was sort of reminding me of Irish green unmalted barley. But no. I'm throwing this in here as an outlier. Here's the Lime Burner, which is a Sherry Infinity
But
cask.
I expect a better quality from Australia. Australia, it's supposed to be for climate.
We don't know. I mean, an Infinity as in a Solera. Like you pour it in at the top and it works its way down the barrels over time.
It's more complication.
The average age, I think, is estimated to be about 8 years for this. But it is local barley. Maybe that's where that green flavour's coming from. Lower ABV. Auchentoshan. I don't think it's Auchentoshan-y enough. Is it? Oh, it could be. Macallan, 18. Hang on, where's the Dalmore? You're going Dalmore? Surely it's not sherry enough for a Macallan. You're going Dalmore? Could it be Auchentoshan?
Because I thought you liked it. I therefore I picked this one. But that's the first one you bought.
I have said Auchentoshan quite a lot today. Is there any
possible? Flora.
Is there any sherry in this? Two fine casks.
But
North American oak. And some sherry. Right, I'm going Auchentoshan. Only because I remember myself saying Auchentoshan about 5 times.
I'm going for it because I don't like it.
That is your justification? You don't like it, therefore it must be Dalmore.
Because I want it again.
Right. I'm going to the chat. Let's have a check-in with the chat because we've been ignoring everybody today. How is everybody? Hi, Petehead, Donapass, Gervin, Whisky 101. Seeing all those familiar names chatting away. Whisky Vault, Matthias. Of course, Matthias, you're responsible, aren't you? No, Lucas. Lucas and... I've forgotten again. Akawami. Gigi. There's Lucas. Right, I'm going to skip down. See if there are any questions. Surely we've answered all possible questions with our thorough investigation of this whiskey. Excited that the box of samples I sent to Foodquig finally made it. Took almost a month. Wow. Congratulations on getting them through the border. Right, looking at Old Pulteney 12 today. Okwami. We didn't... That's right. Oh yeah, actually pass Old Pulteney.
And goodness.
Ah, yeah. It did remind me a little bit of Stranahan Virgin Oak. I meant to bring that one up on the table. Is it possible it's Old Pulteney?
Well, it's been better. More on in it.
Yeah, so we're not sure. Okay, Michael Wood.
And also there's no cinnamon.
Good evening. Let's see. I've taken my seat at the back of the classroom and will try not to make too much noise. You have a Finlagan. 58%. I think you are having more fun than us today. Okay, where's Gigi trying Daffmill 2010 summer batch for the first time. I hope it's ex-bourbon and not one with sherry in, because we didn't like the sherry one at all. Whisky 101, you are going for the Auchentoshan. Jimmy Jazz is going for the Macallan. Let's see. I better scroll down. Wow, there's a lot of chat. I'll have to catch it later. Matthias, I think it's older and understated. You know, you could be... Whiskey Vault, Springbank 25.
No.
Black art vibes. Oh, you know, now you've got me scared.
A cinnamon.
It's got
you
cinnamon.
Never get cinnamon in Springbank. Or even there's no cinnamon in there.
Gal, Sean, that is a beautiful bunner. Yeah, the 12, it is. Right. I think we better get on with it. Donapass, bringing the ECBP C19 bottle with me to Scotland. Very good. Excellent. Donapass, take that around all the shops and you can trade for samples. Right, we're sticking with it. One last taste. I've drunk all of mine, so I must like it more than you. It reminds me a little bit of the Auchentoshan 21 with all of that grey woody stuff at the end.
And you also made it about Virgin Oak.
I just realised these are both from the original 24.
Oh, and Virgin Oak.
Virgin Oak? Yes, I said it was a bit Virgin Oaky as well. Right. Are you ready for the reveal?
Very.
We are we are both hoping for 40%.
And it's off the shelf.
It is not on the shelf. ABV is 40. Looking good. It cost... No, hang on. It is... It's 12 years old. Do you remember what we paid for them? What did we pay? $50. 50. Well, yes. It is Auchentoshan. Yes. Auchentoshan 12-year-old. Unbelievable. I thought we had something to try to compare. Fireworks for me.
Wow.
You know, I wasn't going to pick it, apart from I kept hearing myself say Auchentoshan, Auchentoshan, Auchentoshan. That's weird, the way, like, what's being presented.
But it's supposed to be good.
What's being presented like as I'm speaking the presentation, it doesn't necessarily line up with what my inner belief is, meaning I'm lying all the time. No, but I'm like, it's a bit Auchentoshan-y, but in my mind I'm thinking, that Dalmore is a bit Auchentoshan-y. Or that...
Very good. Read the notes.
Oh, hang on, let's see if anyone got it. Did anyone get it? Bill Monteith, agree, although cask strength Auchentoshan is quite good. It is fantastic. We have... Is it still in blind tasting? Where is the Auchentoshan Valanche? Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, that was so good.
I think it might still be in the blind tasting now. What's the percentage of it? I think it's 58 or something, isn't it? So let me scroll down and see. Is it still in there? No, I don't see it. Did we already reveal? Or maybe it never went in. Hang on. I've got my spreadsheet open. Auchentoshan. Can you do me a favour and go downstairs and get Auchentoshan Valanche in the white cupboard? Because I want to compare now. Wait, we should have Auchentoshan 12. I'm just checking it's not... Apparently it's not in the blind tasting. Auchentoshan, I'm looking at my big spreadsheet now. Auchentoshan Valanche is not in the blind tasting. That's why. We never added it. It's one of those purchases that happened after the cutoff for adding more bottles. Right. So that's all we have left. Now we bought this October 13th, 2018. Total wine. It cost us $50. What does it cost today? Probably not. Well, this will be worth checking because we're 3.5 years later. Has Auchentoshan 12 gone up? Is it more than $50? Right. Who got that? Whisky 101. Yes. Did you get it? Congratulations. Anyone who thought it was Auchentoshan. Auchentoshan? Auchentoshan. Anyway, triple distilled, of course. The story I heard, at least, was with it being a Lowland whiskey, they triple distilled it in the style of Irish whiskey to satisfy the Irish workers in Scotland at the time. Let's see. To the eye, golden honey. To the nose, creme brulee, citrus, and our signature nuttiness. Taste toffee with tangerine and lime. Actually, I think Deepa had lime water. She wrote lime water somewhere. And the end, gingery and slightly drying, lingering nuttiness. Oh, people here say Auchentoshan. Translated from the Gaelic, it means corner of the field. Now, 2 fine casks, 12 years long. Fine North American oak casks are perfect for maturing Auchentoshan. Once home to bourbon during 12 years in our warehouse, they bring out leafy notes and honeysuckle. Well, I was saying green leafy stuff.
It is a new person.
At the same time, Oloroso's sherry casks reveal a distinct nuttiness. Okay, so a little bit of sherry. Together, these carefully selected oak casks unveil caramelized toffee, toasted almonds. 40%.
It is a new version.
What does new version mean?
We've tried it before.
Yeah, I mean, we've literally had a sip. It's open. I think there might be 2 bottles in the cabinet, so you might have just picked up this one. This is the 2011 Auchentoshan. 57.5. What I don't know, so basically cask strength Auchentoshan. How old is this though? We bought this from Whiskey World for $100. Age.
When you ban?
No, that's when I opened it. Don't know. We'll have to look it up. Right.
In the back of the
It is... Oh, that cork's coming apart a little bit. Anyone can buy it? No, it's not like... it's not a standard release. I was going to say I bought this at the auction, but apparently we got it from Whisky World. They don't come out that often. But from memory, the little sip that we had... Is it similar? Can we get any similarities? Oh, you've still got yours over there. I think this is probably just ex-bourbon. It does seem a bit richer. Do you want to nose it? I'll catch up with the chat. Falscruff, didn't expect this. Yeah. Dulmore back to obscurity. It is back in there. Yes, fireworks for Whiskey 101. Congratulations. It uses the E150 casks. Yeah, it might be a bit of that, mightn't it? Thanks, Sandro. 3 cheers for... Oh, the chat just jumped. 3 cheers for something. Valanche was live stream 216. Oh, thanks, Akwami. I thought we'd got through it. The Valanche was quite good. The only thing I've had from the distillery. Oh yeah, you got a sample, Tim? Go ahead and taste.
Is more go on in this?
Well, it's cask strength. Have a taste and see. You taste while I read. Anyways, Whiskey Base does not seem to be impressed with this dram either. Yeah. Do you remember how it did in the original 24?
Strength. I forgot. 57.
Yeah. I think, honestly, in the original 24, it might have been in 24th place. I think we ranked it the worst, didn't we?
It's not that bad. It's not fantastic. Okay, that finish is about finish same. So we finish. I mean,
oh no, that is good. Try it. Take a sip of water first, so that it's diluted a bit. That's really good. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe it was 24th place.
Much better with the water. Nice. Up. It is good, but it drops off the sticker off.
It reminds me slightly of Abunna Alba. You know, the ex-bourbon Abunna. I like that. I actually like that flowery note that it's got. It's like sweet honey with rose water.
But the sticker off and make a grey food.
I didn't get it on this one compared to this one. Dare I go back? So soft. Right, Whiskey 101. You know the drill. It is time to pick. Why don't you just pick top shelf, the very one hanging on there? Up to you. Top shelf, bottom shelf, deeper side, fill side, in the middle. Well, I catch up with the rest of the chat. Whiskey 101. I knew it was far too cheap for deeper to put it on the shelf. Oh, you've already got there. Right. Deeper side, top shelf, the bottle, the fairy. Oh, great. The one that's
at the very end.
That one deeper. Yeah, the one that's left. Just to, to tidy up. Better late than never, Jimmy. You missed Auchentoshan. Would be funny if Dalmore 12 was the last blind sample. It could be this next one. I would love the poetic finish to be Dalmore 12. Right. I'm always suspicious of Auchentoshan, and your tasting comments reinforce my concerns. But where do we get these unfounded prejudices? Must start with first appearances, I guess. No, they're not unfounded prejudices. They are founded prejudices. Because as a whiskey nerd, we're not looking for a 40% chill filtered nonsense version of the whiskey, are we? This is for someone else. Sounding like Roy now. What we are looking for, though, would be a 57.5% version of the same stuff. And if you can get a taste, I would recommend it. Dusty, what were you asking?
Market food.
Yes, that's what I was answering. Bill Monteith, have an 18-year SMWS Auchentoshan. Delicious. Really want to explore cask strength Lowland whiskies. Yes. It's on the sharing list. Where are you, Bill?
Is there any Auchentoshan product?
Jimmy Ledaig, isn't Valanche the only quality whiskey that Auchentoshan produce? Well, we didn't like the 21 either. Right, this is going to be 233. Whiskey 101. How many of you picked now? Whiskey 101. A significant number, surely. I should have kept track of that. Put it in the spreadsheet. As always, is it a bourbon? No, and it's also not high ABV, is it? Is it a Dalmore? Is it a Dalmore? Oklahoma. Well, Bill, if you want to try the Valanche, actually, have we done some samples before? I've lost track. There's so many people. Valanche is on the list. Check out the sharing list in the link in the description.
It's better than today.
It's better than today's. Better than Auchentoshan 12. Oh, it's got more power. It is kind of a stronger version of today's, isn't it?
But it's better.
Oh, it's got a few twists and turns. Right. Come back on Thursday. Still got a few weeks before the next marathon effort, so we're still staying on one tasting per week. There's a chance that we push the UK trip yet again, in which case we'd go back to 2 a week once we get past March 6th. Let me have another taste. Okay.
Stuffed.
Oh.
And fizzy. Yeah. Fizzy.
Shh. Don't say too much. So here's Auchentoshan. I think that's a fair representation. It should be a little bit weaker than that, I think. The colours are probably too strong. They don't use unmalted barley in Auchentoshan. It's just the triple distilled though, isn't it? Okay.
That's a note.
Yes. Let's see. Any more comments before we go? In my opinion, the colour is not that far off though, Lucas. Are you already making guesses? Hang on. Squinoogie, Jimmy Ledaig, I have a 1973 sherried 32-year-old, which is stunning. Oh no, I've missed what that actually is. An Auchentoshan? No, a Hazelburn. No, that can't be possible. Never mind. Is it possible? Can you have a 32-year-old Hazelburn? Probably. Whiskey 101. If I ran 14 miles, I would fit 2 tastings in a day. Yes, they do tend to work against each other. Matthias, there are some old official bottle Glenkinchie 10 cask strength, or NAS. One at the auction. Not too expensive. Ah, talking to Bill. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Another Lowland, right? Glenkinchie. From the picture, you'll see green and pink after having an Auchentoshan. Not promising. They already copied every Jackson Pollock image. I need more squiggles for Jackson Pollock. More drip paint. Right. Are we done? One more taste of Auchentoshan 12?
Not for me.
First half is okay. But then there's the something. Right. We will see you over at Roy's Aquavitae shortly. 5 minutes. We're a little faster today. And we'll see you next week for Dalmore. Right? So Auchentoshan, not going to make it on the shelf.
I'm sorry.
But actually, it wouldn't even have made it on the shelf the very first time we tried it. But we liked it later on when we came back. Yeah, we never really liked it. Okay, fair enough.
I'm shocked.